Hello retro gamers, and welcome to a video I'm going to refer to as a Sunday project. So kind of like a Sunday quickie, I guess. That same sort of vein, I'll put it into the same playlist, but instead of me just, sitting at a computer or a games console talking about something or playing something, I'm just going to film myself doing something. So here we have a computer that I found on the side of the road. Basically, appears to be fully working as far as I can tell, but it was missing a hard drive and it was also missing RAM. So I've got buckets of RAM, so I put in a stick and it boots up to the BIOS and everything, put in a fresh BIOS battery, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? It's running a Pentium 3, so not quite as old as I was hoping. Look at the aesthetics. I was hoping it would be more mid to early 1990s, sort of Windows 3.1, because that's sort of what I want to get into. Oh, there's a cat. Hello. Anyway, it's a bit too new for that, but I wanted to try it because it doesn't have a hard drive. So there's something I've been wanting to try, and I saw this on LGR a couple of years ago. He doesn't use traditional hard drives. He uses CF cards, and they plug in using one of these. So let me get in a bit closer and I'll show this to you. So here we have a whopping 4 gigabytes. It's a CF card, and the idea is you install the operating system of choice onto that, and then that just plugs in and the computer thinks it's a hard drive. And it's just something that, it interested me. I thought, pretty interesting way, because what LGR does, Clint, if he wants to go to a different operating system, he just takes the CF card out and just puts another one in. It's fantastic. So basically, long roundabout explanation, this video is going to be about me installing Windows 95 onto this CF card. Why Windows 95? Well, basically I've just never used Windows 95 before, and I don't know what else to do with this computer. I'll probably use the case and maybe put some older stuff in it and just leave the rest as parts, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. So I actually have an install CD for Windows 95, which I found at a swap meet, I'm pretty sure. This is known as version B, I think. I know that because I put it into my modern computer, and the computer you can still view the contents, and that's what it says. So I did some research this morning. This is all stuff I've figured out today, like I said, Sunday project. And apparently with Windows 95, you can't just boot it straight off the disk and install like you would, well, pretty much from Windows 98 onwards, as far as I can tell. So you need a boot disk on floppy. So that's exactly what I've done there. I've created this bootable floppy disk. And to make one of these is so simple. I'll leave a link down in the description, but basically you download the type of Windows 95 you need. So in this case it was B, version B, I guess. And yeah, it's just an executable. So I had to copy it to a flash drive and actually do it on my Windows XP/98 computer. There's a completely different video about setting that up where the cat I just smashed the TV and I ended up on the news. And I guess they're probably the most interesting portions of that video, as opposed to the actual dual booting PC. But that was a bit of a thing in itself, just because the floppy drive that's currently in there doesn't really fit with the case, or I haven't installed it properly or something, so I had to actually open it up so I could insert the floppy disk. But yeah, once the floppy disk is in there and it's readable, you just run this executable and the program just does it all by itself. So yeah, I'm going to bung this into the computer, we'll boot it up, and yeah, let's install Windows 95. Just a quick aside, here it is installed. I wanted one that actually mounted on the front like LGR has, but they're just way more expensive than these. They're like $40, $50, but this cost me like 12 bucks. Anyway, let's turn it on and see if the little light turns on or something to that effect. Okay, no flashing light. Hopefully, maybe that's just for access. But yeah, as we can see, it's all plugged in there, so yeah, hopefully it works. Okay, floppy disk is in. Floppy disk sounds. Oh, starting Windows 95. Nice. It's doing the thing. Device name banana. Wonder what the deal with that is. Banana. Alright. So the first thing we need to do is format the CF card like you would any hard drive. So go F disk. And I'm just following a tutorial on how to geek, by the way, so I'll link that down below. Let's see. Your computer has a disk larger than 512 megabytes. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Okay, create a DOS partition. Yes. Cool, it's picked it up. You know, more or less 4 gigabytes, FAT32. Primary DOS partition already exists. That's interesting. Set it as active. 1. Cool, so I think that's it for the F-disk stuff. And Control-Alt-Delete to reset the computer. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, now we need to format the hard drive. So format C. Yes. Going pretty quick. Oh, maybe there's more. Alright, now I think with the hard drive ready, I can put the disk in and hopefully boot the installer. So the tutorial I'm following is actually for DOSBox, so I couldn't actually find any just old school tutorials how to do it normally. They recommend actually copying the contents of the disk ISO and sort of running it off the hard drive, but I don't know if I just want to do that because of issues of DOSBox, but I don't know. I'm old school hardware here with old school things, so yeah, hopefully we can just do it that way. So now I need to figure out what drive the CD is. So I'm gonna guess D. Alright, spoiler, turns out it was the R drive. And as soon as I went into that, it started spinning up, and yeah, the file names here actually make sense. Even though I went into the B drive, I think it was actually accessing the floppy disk. So a bit confused by that, but hopefully now we can just say, like before, start, type it properly. It's right there though. Setup.exe. Maybe I need to do it in capitals. Yeah, overcomplicating it as per usual. I just had to type in setup, nothing else. So I don't know where I got these notes from. Bad information. Setup's now going to perform a routine check on your system. To continue, press enter. To quit, press escape. Enter. So with any luck, the Windows 95 installer should start, which is what I think is happening. Hey, here we go! Welcome to Windows 95. Congratulations on your choice. Nice. Alright, let's get going. So if you watched my last video where I dual booted Windows 98 and XP, I had quite a lot of issues getting that to work. But yeah, hopefully this just goes smoothly. I think the issues I had were the hard drives themselves, so a bit of a revelation just to be able to run off a CF card. Wish I'd plugged in a mouse though. Yeah, I needed a number. Is that on the box? It'd be great if it was on the box. What have I done with the box? Box, here we go. And nothing. Must be on, I guess it came in a bigger box, but it's not on this. So I'll have to go find one online and report back. All right, one short Google search away, we've got a massive list for Windows 95B. So sorry, Microsoft, this is for educational purposes. Please don't sue me for downloading. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm using an actual installation disk. I just don't have the number, but I don't think anyone will mind this late in the game. So we've got 246. All right, let's see if that works. Nice. Okay. Looks like it worked. Look. I wanted to check for a graphics. I don't think there is a graphics card built into this. It's just the motherboard graphics. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it comes up with. All right, what we got? Yeah, well, I guess it's not actually going to say, but that's fine. Here we go. Welcome to Windows 95. Windows, I hadn't finished reading that. It's a bit rude. That's the easiest Windows yet, blah, blah, blah. I believe it was the first Windows that had the start button, so that's a pretty massive thing for it. But yeah, look how fast it's going. I don't know how fast it's supposed to go, to be honest, but yeah, that's flying along. Obviously the CF card, you know, it's a disk with no moving parts, so yeah, it's kind of like installing an SSD into Windows 95 in a way. It appears to be working though. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but yeah, I think we're going. But I love these illustrations. Oh my god, I used to just draw illustrations in Paint just like this when I was a kid, and I made little little illustrations of little handhelds and consoles I wanted for my future collection, which I'd buy when I was an adult and had money. And yeah, to my credit, I absolutely did that. So yeah, nostalgic, I guess. Even though I've never used Windows 95 before. I'm quite experienced with Windows 98 onwards, but yeah, Windows 95 will be completely new to me. From what I've seen, it looks pretty much the same as Windows 98. Windows 98 just looks like a better version of Windows 95. I wonder if we'll accept this USB mouse or not. Well, that'll be interesting. I do have a PS2 mouse over there, so that shouldn't be an issue regardless. But yeah, that's currently plugged into my Atari ST. Check my video out on that if you haven't already. I built a little adapter so I can just plug a standard PS2 mouse into it and it works fine. But anyway, yeah, looks like we're done. It's going to reset the computer by the looks of it, and yeah. I had a bit of trouble with this off camera before I started installation. I put in a new CMOS battery and then it decided it had a password. So I'm not exactly sure how it remembers it has a password when I had a dead battery in it that I had removed for several weeks. But yeah, anyway, so I had to change some jumpers around on the motherboard and delete all the passwords. It was, yeah, pain in the butt. But here we are, and hopefully now we'll be booting into Windows 95. Maybe. I wonder if it's booting off the boot disk. Yeah, it should be booting off the CF card instead. I'm going to turn the computer off, remove the floppy, and we'll see what difference that has. Okay, computer's turning back on. With any luck, it will boot off the CF card, and if not, I'll have to go into the BIOS and change the boot sequence. See, I kind of know what I'm talking about. Just don't know F all about DOS, but I'd like to change that. Hey, this looks promising. Getting ready to run Windows 95 for the first time. Lovely, garish red text to burn your retinas out. By the way, do you like my computer monitor? Been wanting a sort of retro-ish flat screen monitor for a while, and yeah, found this in an op shop for like, $5 or whatever. And it works great. Alright, Windows did not detect a mouse. It's because I don't have one plugged in. That's fine. Will we get a Windows desktop? We have a mouse. It's doing something. Looking for plug and play devices. I'm totally going to plug this in once it boots up. And if it picks it up, that would be amazing. Especially since this is a relatively modern mouse. You know, this mouse is probably only like 10 or so years old. See what it does. Because the, yeah, Windows 98 accepts the mouse. The mice. Is it mouse or mice? The mice, no problems. So kind of good this is a secondary video. Obviously it's not that interesting, but this is the sort of trash I would watch. So hopefully someone out there finds it interesting. I don't know what that sound was. It was pretty futuristic. All right, we are in Perth. Oh, let me... Okay, a mouse now would be super useful. I'm like +8, I think. Yeah, Hong Kong, Perth. There we go. Apply. Okay. Oh, what's this? Add a print. No, I don't want to add a printer. Okay, it's going to reset the computer again. Please, what? Whoa, look at that. That was absolutely lovely. Okay, just saw the splash screen for the very first time. They didn't have any other junk in front of it. Give us a desktop. Surely the installation must be finished now. Unknown device. It's interesting. I'll plug and play monitor. There is a like an Ethernet card. I guess I didn't really show the inside of the computer that much. There's nothing in there. It's just the motherboard, the processor. There we go. And yeah, some sort of Ethernet card, which I'm never going to use. But yeah, look at that. We're in. In like Flynn, as a certain YouTuber will say. Okay, don't really want to do a tour. No, that's not what I want. Alright, look at that, Windows 95. Let's, it's frozen, I think. Maybe? Hard to tell. Let's plug in the mouse, let's see what it does. Alright, so I've plugged in two mouses. Two mice. Got a PS2 mouse here and the USB one. The USB one is lighting up. Well, yeah, the CD-ROM is in there, so... Mouse.drv on Windows 95 cannot be found. I wonder if that will get this working. In the meantime, this is working, so we'll just cancel that for now. Now, I've also plugged in these speakers. Can you see the speakers there? Yeah. So, let's, I believe there are some videos and other sort of stuff on the disk I installed it off. There's no graphics card, so I don't know if this is actually going to, you know, play anything, but... Okay, let's try the CD sampler first. Yeah, I think there's supposed to be sound right now, but got nothing. I've just plugged the speakers directly into the motherboard, so whether I need a special driver... is that a video that's actually playing right now? Or is that just some sort of animation? Let's just skip to main menu. I think this is just an animation. I don't think this is actually a video file, but there are video files on this. So, oh my god. Alright, oh, it's just, oh god. Don't miss interfaces like this at all. Alright, blow this off. I'm just going to go directly into the disk itself. Come back here. Explore. Alright. Fun stuff? Well, let's try and load up a picture. Let's open it in Paint. Not sure if that's supposed to be in monochrome or not. What's this other one? It says Windows 95. Well, that's in colour. It's not a very good colour, but it is colour nonetheless. Oh, there's no back button. I've got to use this. Alright, an MPEG. Ooh. Weezer. It's trying to play. Maybe for the best there's no audio, because obviously that would be a copyright strike, even on an ancient computer, on an ancient installation. Alright, let's see if we can figure out this audio shenanigans. Let's go to, there's no like audio options or anything. Let's go to settings, control panel. Ooh, sounds. Yeah, I guess that means there's no sound driver, because I think that's what it means when that's all grayed out. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. Device manager. Alright, I'm gonna go do some research on that, and I'll get back to you. And I'm back without much issue, surprisingly, especially compared to setting up the last computer, which was just endless issues. This has really gone great. So it was mostly thanks to a program called XUSB, Extended USB Supplement for Windows 95. If you have a fresh install of Windows 95, definitely look this up. We got these boys here to thank, Connor McCoy and Rudolph Leu, however that's supposed to be said. And this is just like basically a package with all the updates that Windows 95 got over its life to make USB work. So I installed this, very straightforward, very easy and quick. And I just grabbed a random SanDisk flash drive that I had laying around, and it works. I can plug it in and access it, which is awesome. So I had to basically burn this to a CD using my Windows 10 computer, and then from there I was able to install it, and then I was able to install everything else. So yeah, I've got video and audio working, so you probably can tell straight away that the resolution is much better. I had to install a few different, there's a bit of trial and error, but basically these wanted something called DCOM to work. No idea what DCOM is, but I downloaded it, installed it, and yeah, like they asked, it had DCOM and they worked. So I'll give you an example here. We'll try that Weezer video clip again. So great song, but don't want to play too much of that for copyright reasons. But yeah, as you can see, the video and audio was working fine. Just the onboard Intel and onboard, I forget what the audio is, but yeah, as you can see, it works. So I think the last thing I'll do is just see if I can get a game running on this, and we'll call it at that. Okay, I just had a look at my PC gaming shelf, and I found this Battlezone, which apparently I paid 50 cents for. Pretty good. Never played this before, always been meaning to, so I guess today is the day. But the reason I chose it because it very specifically says Windows 95 CD-ROM. Nice. So I haven't really looked at the requirements or anything like that, so I'm just going to load it up and just see if it works. Alright, that's a good sign that it actually launches. Seems to be dealing with those sort of graphics okay. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. Alright, let's install. DirectX 5 was not detected. Yeah, okay, cool. It's on the disk, so it should just install. So I guess there's no DirectX on there. But it's going to install DirectX 5, so that's cool. Thanks for that, Battlezone. What? It didn't install because it wasn't an English system? It is an English system. That made me spit it on the screen. Alright, let's try this instead. Magic Carpet. And my gosh, isn't this classics box art just awful? No one wants that, but anyway, I'm going to try and get this set up off camera because there's quite a little Windows 95 addendum, bit of a novel I have to read through specifically with setting up with Windows 95. So I'm glad this was in here, but still. Yeah, because I think it's something to do with MS-DOS and the fact that it was, you know, released in 1994. So yeah, I'll do this and I'll report back. So when the original Magic Carpet fails you, The next logical step, of course, is to try Magic Carpet 2. And as you can see, I got this one running without too much fuss. I did have to go into DOS to set up the sound drivers, but otherwise, if it will just let me play the level, it appears to work. And I've got no idea how to play this game, holy shit. Whoa. So I owned this game for quite a few years, never played it, never even looked at it until today. Turns out I got quite a mint copy, considering I paid like what? Still says $5 on the box, so yeah, no complaints there. It came with everything in the box, so maybe I will give this a proper look, because as you can see, I got no idea what's going on. I'm just floating around, presumably on a magic carpet. Yeah, this is making me feel kind of queasy, so I'm going to stop. And of course, no installation of Windows 95 is complete without Monster Truck madness. Did I just say Monster Truck? Monster Truck. This game came out in 1996, I think, so yeah, pretty good for the time period. Not sure if this, honestly, if the graphics look any better than this. But, you know, I've been surprised by this just integrated graphics. I haven't installed a graphics card or anything, it's all just running off the motherboard. And I mean, that's 2 games that I've got to run no issues with full graphics and sound, so yeah, impressive. Yeah, turns out you can totally make it better. So this is on the extreme scale of looks as opposed to frame rate, with hardware acceleration on. But yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty good, I guess, for the game itself. And you know, frame rate's good, draw distance is okay, but yeah, I'm glad I sort of looked into that before just, you know, uploading. But yeah, would you look at that? So I'm going to call it there, but I had a bunch of fun. Hopefully you had a bunch of fun watching as well. It's certainly something different running a computer off a CF card, but as you can see, it's pretty easy. I didn't really have any issues at all, and I'm really quite tempted to grab another CF card and push my luck with Windows 3.1. Although I don't know how that's going to go with a Pentium 3. I think that might be pushing it. Might be a bit too modern. But yeah, if you have any ideas of what I should do with this computer, please let me know. I'm pretty happy with it being Windows 95 for the time being. I'm pretty sure I do have a couple of graphics cards somewhere that I could put into it to give it a bit more oomph. But yes. Surprised by the onboard graphics, doing a lot better than I thought they would, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.